Hi, it is the holiday season here in the villages, and there's so many great activities to enjoy with the family for those that may be visiting from out of town. And of course, I'm sure you've seen either on my channel and many others the Christmas tree lighting. First for me this year was SantaCon, and I shared a video about that. Usually, I actually am in another other states this time of year. However, decided to stay here through the Christmas and holiday season, so it's been great. That said, though, while there's so much fun happening here in the villages, sometimes depending on how long you've been here or just your personal interest, you may also want to do some things right outside of the villages or in the greater Central Florida area or beyond. And so I wanted to share a place that may be helpful if you're looking to do some different things, or if you just have an interest in knowing what's available in the greater Central Florida or even down into some Southern Florida in those areas. And one place that I found to be extremely helpful is looking at the AAA calendar. And I haven't taken a trip with AAA yet. So I'm not necessarily advocating for that because I haven't had that experience. I'm sure it's wonderful, but I can't really speak to that. I actually go to their site and look at their calendar to get an idea of different things that are available and places I may want to go. So I'm going to try to show you this. I'm going to try to share my screen. Let's see. Hopefully this will work the way I want it to. Okay, great. So, how about we take a look at the calendar first? And so, let's see. Here's the AAA calendar. And you'll see here that, let's say, Asian Lantern. That sounds good. All right. So, you have the Asian Lantern Festival, and it's at the Central Florida Zoo and Botanical Gardens in Sanford, Florida. I had never heard of that. So, that sounds interesting. Let's take a look. Um, and I loved in my home state walking through some of the light displays or driving through some of them. And this one obviously has an Asian theme. You see some pictures here, some photos of some folks who, and that's really nice, right? So there's a nice walk through there. So this is a nice one, interesting one to take a look at as well as enjoy. And that's the Asian Lantern Festival. Let's see what else they have here. Another one that looks good is okay, just Night of Lights, because that's something that I enjoy, my family enjoys. All right, Night of Lights, this is in St. Augustine. And again, I'm not going through any of the trip details because it's more about just well, the way I use this site is to just take a look at what's available that I may want to attend. And let's see, the Night of Lights, you have the regatta here. And this is the local yacht club hosts an annual night of lights and boat parade. So you can see here the boats are decorated. You have a chance to experience a regatta of lights. And I think that'd be something different, right? Depending on where you're from. I remember when we were up in Boston and I was down in Cambridge, it was nice to see the boats decorated and things that was happening there as well. All right, so let's go back maybe a couple more. Let's see. Stetson Mansion. Had never heard of Stetson Mansion. Saw it for the first time here on their site. Let's see. This is the Stetson Mansion. And again, they offer tours for Christmas. And you can see in this promo video some of the sites that you could see. And again, this is a nice one now. I remember I loved going to the Biltmore, and that is absolutely stunning and beautiful. And I've heard great things about this. They have a promo video here. I won't show it, but again, it's just knowing that this is another option to go down to the Stetson Mansion. Let's see, maybe one more. Yeah, Polynesian Luau. All right, so this is in Orlando. And let's see, I think I have that one as well. Yeah. So here's a Polynesian luau, right? So sure, there are tons of things that you can do. What's the difference in going here versus just Googling, fun places to visit? Well, for me, it streamlines it. It truncates a lot of information where you're not clicking through, you're having to read reviews, all those types of things. Is pretty much vetted because I've talked to several people that have taken their trips and they've never had any type of a bad experience. And it's always been something that was well worth their time. And so this is just one place I'd like to share. I'm sure there are many others. However, hopefully it'll help. And again, it's just AAA, and it says the Villages Group Motor Coach Trips. And yeah, wherever you decide to spend your time with your family and however you decide to have a good time, just know that there's so many options. And I just wish you the best throughout this holiday season. And looking forward to possibly seeing you around somewhere. And I'll continue to share some of my experiences as well. And I'd love to hear some of the places maybe that you've been that may be a little, not as well known. And so put those in the comments. That would be great as well. Take care. Merry Christmas.